Welcome and ahlan wa sahlan, Anisa, for this very first intermediate lesson. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, it's good. I think it's good. We're sort of taking the jump into the next level, so it should be interesting.
I was watching this interesting YouTube video by Steve Kaufman. He's a famous or insta-famous kind of polyglot, and he gives tips on how to learn languages. So my style is very much jump into it, speak to every random that you meet in Arabic and just put yourself out there and kind of just wing it, right?
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily that works for me, but it may not work for you, right?
Yeah. No, I need to be completely comfortable with the person first, develop a rapport, kind of know, what their experience is of the language and how they react to a non-Arab speaking their language. So I need to know, I need to be comfortable with them before I jump into it and start talking to them.
Basically, what he said was that every method actually works. Whether it's, some people, for example, in Arabic, some people say that you have to do the traditional way and learn grammar, and some people say you can use by flashcards. Some people, we have a particular method. But I think the crux of what he was talking about is that do what you like. Like every method works. You just got to do what you enjoy.
And then you find the method that works for you, that suits your learning style.
Because if you don't like the method, you're just not going to do it. Like flashcards, I'll get bored with flashcards. So how do you like learning?
I guess I'm a very visual learner, so I like seeing words. Even when people tell me what their names are, I ask them sometimes to spell it for me if it sounds a bit unusual, just so that way I can visualize it in my mind. So I like writing out words and recording them down, so that way when I say them, I've got the picture of it in my head.
I can't stand that. So I'm oral. Like I listen to everything and then kind of repeat it. So in my class, I tend to I don't like people writing stuff down and looking at it. But for you, that kind of works.
Yeah. I mean, I take the written side of it. So I really encourage people to write things down and scribble all over their book if they, want to remember something. So I find that that's useful.
So the point is, you just do what you like and do what you're comfortable with and what you enjoy. Having said that, with these intermediate lessons, these are real conversations that I'm having with people. And what we're going to do is we're going to be having conversations with different Arabs, different dialects, different topics. And what I want you to do is I want you to just really open your mind. There's a tendency when you're learning a language and then someone speaks really quickly, in that you just close your mind. But what I want you to do is I want you to really open your mind, and I want you to pick out words that you know or that come up or words that you find might be interesting.
Yeah. Even if you don't understand the context that they're being used in, just kind of keep your ears open for words that you know and that you can be like, oh yeah, okay, I know that one, and then just try and sort of spot them.
And then after a while, all of this becomes a lot clearer. You understand the context, your words become more familiar, and then that's how you learn. So that's the idea and structure behind these intermediate classes. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a conversation with somebody, and then after the conversation, we're going to circle back with Anisa, and we're going to just go through some of the few words that we picked up. How does that sound?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, shall we get stuck into the lesson?
Okay.
أهلا وسهلا إلى درس جديد إحنا مع الشاهر. كيف حالك يا شاهر؟
الحمد لله تمام.
كيف صحتك؟
كله تمام.
وماذا تفعل هنا يا شاهر؟
أنا الآن هنا في أجازة، ونعم في أستراليا لمدة أسبوعين.
بس أسبوعين
أسبوعين فقط، نعم.
وأنت وين ساكن؟ يعني أين تسكن؟
نحن نسكن في دبي في الإمارات.
ما شاء الله. وكيف استمتعت هناك يعني وقتك هناك؟
الحمد لله تمتعنا كثيرا هناك، ووقتنا هناك كل شيء جميل.
ما شاء الله، كل شيء جميل. وماذا ندرس اليوم؟
الذي أنت تريده يا أستاذ.
All right. So today we're going to learn about when you talk to someone in Arabic, like in English, we just say "Hey, going," like "Hi." Hey, in Australian, we go "Hey, going," right?
Yeah.
Like that بكفي خلاص يعني. So how do you say? But in among Arabs, that's not the case, right? أليس كذلك؟
صحيح صحيح باللغة العربية لازم تأكد أن هو كويس، ولكن تؤكد على العائلة وعلى الأطفال وعلى كل الأمور.
طيب. Okay, so we're going to learn about this. So we're going to learn about how to say, how you going, how's things, and everything when you meet someone. Because what I've noticed is that it takes about 5 minutes of these kind of introductions before you actually say what you really want to say.
Yeah,
So what typically would you say?
well, you can start off by saying كيف حالك.
كيف حالك? This is colloquial, yeah? So كيف حالك to a guy, كيف حالك to a girl, صح?
صحيح. أو كيف حالكم.
كيف حالكم? And كيف is how, حال is your situation, how's your situation?
صحيح.
Would you say كيف أحوالكم?
ممكن أن تقول ذلك أيضا.
Yeah.
نعم.
Okay, how's your situations, plural? What else would you say?
You can say شو الأخبار، ولكن هذه عامة أكتر من فسحة. So it's like what's your news.
شو الأخبار. Actually, أبا خبر in Malay it comes from that. شو أخبارك.
Oh, okay.
شو الأخبار. What's news? What's news? And how would you respond to that?
ممكن تقول الحمد لله، أو تقول جيد، أو كل الأمور تمام.
كل أمور تمام جيد الحمد لله. All right, what else can you say?
يعني بعد ذلك تقول كيف الأسرة، كيف العائلة.
كيف الأسرة كيف العائلة. So أسرة is family, عائلة is also family.
صحيح. كيف الأولاد، how are the kids. كيف الأحوال, situations.
So let's break that down. So how's the situation? كيف الأحوال and كيف الأولاد.
ممكن تقول أشياء كثيرة يعني، بس إن أنت تتأكد أنه أو أنها في حالة طيبة يعني. كيف أحوال العمل، كيف الأمور, you can just
كيف الأمور. So how's things. You can also say how's your health. How do you say that?
كيف صحتك.
كيف صحتك. How's your health or how's the health.
صحيح. كيف الصحة.
كيف الصحة. What else is there? How's your parents.
كيف الأهل، أو كيف الأم والأب. كيف الوالد، كيف الوالدة. ممكن تقول هذا أيضا.
So there's a lot of regional stuff, little differences. So in Egypt, you'd typically say
It's a عامل إيه.
عامل إيه.
Which is like, what are you doing? But it actually means how are you.
Right. Okay, عامل إيه. And in because أنت نص مصري نص لبناني صح؟ So في اللبناني ماذا تقول؟
اللبناني تقول كيفك.
كيفك صح؟
كيفك صحيح. Also means how are you.
طيب وممكن نتحدث قليلا عن when people are coming over and serving food is obviously a big part of the culture, and اللغة أثرت بالثقافة أو الثقافة تؤثر باللغة. فإذا أصب لك شاي أو شيء ماذا أقول؟
وأنت تصب الشاي يعني؟
أنا أصب الشاي.
ممكن تقول تفضل.
So if you're serving tea or say if you're serving food, what would you say?
ممكن تقول تفضل، أو يعني ممكن تقول تفضل إلى الطعام أو تفضل للشاي.
طيب so تفضل to a guy and to a girl it would be تفضلي. And if it's to a lot of people, what would you say? تفضلوا. Very good. And what would you say in response to that?
ممكن تقول شكرا. ممكن تقول شكرا يعني إذا أحد قال تفضل تقول شكرا.
شكرا. So you say شكرا. And what can the person who's serving also say?
ممكن يقول ولكن هذه عامة أيضا، أنه يقول مثلا بالهناء والشفاء.
Beautiful. بالهناء والشفاء. What does that mean? So if you're serving something, they say thank you, you can say بالهناء والشفاء.
which means like with happiness and health. You know.
Very good. And what else can you say?
ممكن تقول وهذه عامة أيضا تقول صحتين.
صحتين. صحتين. So you're serving something صحتين. And what does that mean?
صحتين literally means two healths.
Two healths.
Yeah, two healths. And then the response would be على قلبك.
على قلبك. And that's colloquial for?
On your heart. So it's two healths, and then you say back on your heart. So hoping your heart is healthy, you know.
Beautiful. So صحتين على قلبك. So على قلبك is قلبك is actually قلبك.
قلبك على قلبك. نعم.
All right, fantastic. Thank you very much. شكرا جزيلا يا شهر.
Thank you very much.
And we'll catch you next time. مع السلامة.
All right, Nissa, what are some of the words that you picked up from that lesson, or some phrases that you found interesting? It could be colloquial, could be in Fusha, in formal Arabic. Let's go through them.
Okay, sure. So one of the first ones was something you said, which was إحنا. إحنا is a colloquial term.
Yeah, correct. So sometimes I say نحن, sometimes I say إحنا. إحنا is colloquial for?
For we.
We. So إحنا نحن. I think typically إحنا is used, I think, right across the Middle East, I think. Okay, what's another one?
So another one is when sakin. And that again
Did I say that or should I have?
I can't remember.
I think I said that.
Okay. And yeah, so again, like that's a colloquial term, but it would be something that is more commonly used than the Fusha, which is.
And what does that mean? What is when sakin?
When sakin is like, where do you live?
And what would the formal Arabic be?
Would be Aina taskunu.
Aina taskunu. And if you're asking a girl?
Aina taskunin.
Aina taskunin. And another one?
Another one is istamta'ata, which sounds like a very long word, but it basically refers to, you're pleased.
Yeah, you're happy with istamta'ata. And for a girl, what would that be?
Istamta'ati.
Istamta'ati. Now, can you talk about the istamta'ata form, which is form 10, and it comes from istaf'ala yastaf'ilu istif'al. So istamta'ta, istaf'alta, right, from the form. And typically, what is the we're going to go this a lot later, but this is an intermediate class, so you've probably gone through forms before. So what's interesting about the 10th form?
So the 10th form is where it seeks to find what is in the root word. Yeah,
I think a really good example is istithmar. I always bring up this example, istithmar. Istithmar basically means?
Istithmar means investments.
Istithmar means?
Investments.
And it comes from the root?
Thamar.
Thamar, which is?
Fruit.
So literally, to seek fruit, which is investments. Being in banking and finance,
you come across that term a lot.
It comes a lot, but so that's the 10th form. Istamta'ta or istamta'ati, and typically it would be followed with be. Istamta'ta, be something or other. Okay, what's the next one?
Another one was bikaffi, which is another way of saying, enough. Or خلاص.
بكفي خلاص. Another one?
كل شيء جميل.
كل شيء جميل. I don't recall saying that. Probably Shahar said that, but you could also say كل شيء تمام.
Yeah, which is everything's all good.
Another one?
أليس كذلك.
أليس كذلك. That's a great one. What's that mean?
So it's a nice little phrase. It means, isn't that so?
أليس كذلك. Isn't that so? Another one?
Okay, another one is بعد ذلك.
بعد ذلك, that's an easy one. After that?
Another one, it was an Egyptian one that Shahid said. It was عامل إيه.
عامل إيه? It kind of means
What are you
like,
doing?
what are you doing, or how are you going?
Okay, right.
And for if you're speaking to a girl, it would be عامل إيه. I can't say it properly. I have a really bad Egyptian dialect.
So it would just have an at the end.
Yeah.
So عاملة إيه.
Yeah, عامل إيه. عامل إيه. I can't do it.
Okay, another one is نصف, which is half.
نصف. Yeah, half. That's right.
Another one there was قليلا, which is like a little.
قليلا, a little bit.
And the last one there was تصب الشاي.
تصب الشاي. That's an interesting one. What does that mean?
It means to serve or pour tea.
Yeah, literally pour tea. So if you're talking to a girl,
تصبين الشاي.
تصبين الشاي. So there you have it, our first intermediate lesson. Remember, when you're listening to anything, have an open mind and keep your ears open. They're always open. And listen carefully for any new words or any interesting words that you might have. And don't close your mind. I think that's the key.
And when you do hear something and you're a visual person like myself, write it down. Even if you start off by writing it in the transliteration, just like in using English letters, just start with that, and then you can, go on later on to find out what it means and write it down in the Arabic.
All right. Thank you very much, Nisa, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, inshallah.
مع السلامة.
مع السلامة.